Welcome to Toffee TV, it's the Everton News Daily. It's the 11th of April 2018. Everton have been linked with four midfielders today who varying degrees of ability, varying degrees of availability. I'll have to wait and see if any of them come off. First one we've been linked with is Shinji Kagawa, the ex-Manchester United, current Borussia Dortmund attacking midfielder, a very good player, 29-year-old, played 38 games in a spell for Man United, didn't quite ever fit in, scored 6 goals for them, but a fantastic player on his day. I think at the time when he went to Man United, he just had too many good players and he just fell between the cracks. For Dortmund in his 2 spells, he's played 144 games, scoring 41 goals. Not a terrible return. That's like a 1 in. That's less than a 1 in 4 return. For a attacking midfielder, a number 10. 29, as I said. Could be a good possible player. Looks like he's looking for that one big last move back to the Premier League. I think there's going to be a couple of clubs sniffing around them. And obviously we've been linked for him because that's the kind of player we'd be in the market for. So don't know whether there's too much in that one. But a player that we've been linked with again today, who we've been continually linked with, is Jack Wilshere. He is a free transfer at the end of the season. Wants to stay at Arsenal. Let's be honest, he wants to stay at Arsenal. Was on loan last season at Bournemouth. Has pretty much regained his fitness this season, played a lot more games, I think, got himself back into a role at Arsenal. Although I think his levels have dropped off massively. Only played 123 games in 10 years at Arsenal. Probably not far behind Theo Walcott in that regard, and has only actually scored 7 goals for Arsenal. Again, that's mad. That's a mad stat. 26-year-old, someone I've never really liked. No, I'll be honest, I've never really liked him, simply because I think his attitude's always been wrong. I think for a player that promised so much and has delivered so little, I think he comes across like someone who thinks he's done there, you know, seen it and got the t-shirt when he really hasn't. And when you've seen some of his off-field stuff, you think to yourself, I'm not saying he's like a bad boy or anything, like some kind of terrible bad boy. I just think that at times I don't think it's helped with his injury situation, where he should have just been getting his head down and working harder for Arsenal to get fit. And he's one that we've been linked with massively, as I said, in the last couple of months. Now whether that be that we're interested in him and his agent is stoking that up to try and, you know, push Arsenal to give him the contract he wants, we won't know. Obviously, there's a lot of things up in the air at Arsenal with the manager and with players, and he might be thinking, well, I'll leave it to the very last minute because if a new manager comes in, then they might want me. But he's got to be very careful, and it looks like at the moment that we are his first point of call if he decides to leave to Arsenal, leaves from Arsenal. That's quite an interesting one. As I said, he's not someone I would be coveting. I think he's failed massively at Arsenal, and I don't think they're the kind of players we should be looking for. A different kind of player, Richarlison, Watford left winger, who really impressed when he came in at the beginning of the season. Joined the club for 11.2 million. He's got a work permit. I don't know how, but he got a work permit. He's played 27 times, scored 5 goals. And I think he was fantastic early on. I think he's dropped off as Watford have dropped off, and as basically after Silva left, I think once Silva left, I think his form dropped off a little bit. Him being the manager who brought him to the club, I don't know whether they had, you know, a relationship. There's rumours that Silva had tapped them up and said, well, if I go, you want to come with me to Everton? Maybe that's part of it, and maybe that's why this story's come up again. It's 21 in May, and I think that they would be looking for a massive fee for him, considering that he paid 11.2 million for him. and he's settled pretty well into the Premier League. They'd be looking for a pretty big fee. But I like him, and I think he's exactly what we need at the club. Young, hungry, on the up. Got all the assets. Good with his left foot. We've seen him score at Goodison Park. You know, strong. Good on the ball. Can assist. Got pace. I think he's absolutely everything we need. I think there'll be other clubs after him. I think the likes of Chelsea will be sniffing around him. I think the Man United will be sniffing around him. I think those clubs will be looking at him thinking he's exactly what we need. So it's an interesting one. I can imagine him leaving in Watford. I think he'll be looking for bigger and better things. I think he's that kind of player now that he's in Europe. And I think Watford, not saying they'd be happy to sell, but if they can double their money or even get 3 times their money now that he's a Premier League player, I imagine that they wouldn't stand in the way of him leaving. So yeah, it's an interesting link. And the final one, Hanover central midfielder Marvin Bakalots, 28-year-old, played 41 times for the club, no goals, defensive midfielder. He's bounced around Germany for the last few years, going up everywhere he's gone. He's got a year left on his contract. Now again, this is just one we've been linked with today. To me, he just sounds like Mo Besic, if I'm honest. So I don't know why we'd be looking at a player like this, but he's someone we've been linked with today. Is he someone that the club have looked at and gone, well, he looks a bit like Kante, he looks a bit like Garner. You know, is he one of those special Steve Walsh buys that we've been promised? To me, he just looks pretty average when I've looked at what he's done. But again, they're the master scouts that have brought us all these tremendous players that we currently have at Everton Football Club. So we'll leave it at that. Not much else banging about today. Pretty quiet as we go looking towards the game against Swansea at the weekend. Yeah, so keep your eye out for our match preview. If you're on Patreon, check out the footy show today, the Tuesday topic, should the fringe players be given a chance. And that's about it. Thanks for watching Toffee TV. Don't forget, if you haven't already subscribed, please do. Click the bell for alerts. And if you want more videos, like I just said, make sure you join us on Patreon. See you later.